Star Wars Visions is out, and I have a lot to say about it. This is huge for me because I'm not normally a fan of anime. Most good anime has amazing art, but the stories just seem to miss something for me. From the 3 episodes of Star Wars Visions, I am happily surprised. This was a series I wasn't really hyped about in the beginning, mostly due to my own trepidations of the anime genre. I am shocked though. Of the 3 episodes I've watched, the one that I thought would be my favorite is probably my least favorite of them. So, if you want to see a review of the Star Wars anime project from someone not really into anime, I will give my honest opinion of my thoughts of one of the 3 episodes I've seen. Episode 1, The Duel, today on Star Wars Fanatic. If you're new to my channel, go on and hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Also, hit the like button and share the video to show your love for what I do here. Now, let's get into it. To give a little background into my anime experiences, like I said in the beginning, I haven't really been a fan of anime. But in saying that, I have to admit that I do like the 1988 cult classic Akira. The story was decent enough and the artistry was amazing. I think I set the bar really high for future anime that I had watched over the years. I never understood the fascination with Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Balls or whatever it's called, Naruto, nor any of that type of anime. Yes, that includes you, Pokemon. I don't know, it just wasn't living up to my preferences. So, it wasn't like I didn't give it a chance, I really tried. I know that will upset my son, he loves anime. So when Star Wars Visions was announced as an anime project, I thought, oh no, why? But I wanted to give it a chance, and now it makes perfect sense to me as to why they did it. Star Wars has been based loosely on Japanese samurai culture. So especially after I saw the trailer, I was really hyped. The art looked so good, and being a semi-artist myself, I've been psyching myself up for this. I decided to wake up at 3 a.m. today to watch some of it. Yes, I was tired, so my analysis may be a little skewed, but here's my analysis of Episode 1, The Duel. But beware, there are spoilers ahead, so I'll give you a few seconds if you'd like to back out and come back later. Still with me? Okay, good. Episode 1 is titled The Duel. It's 14 minutes and 10 seconds long. It starts off with a man and his droid visiting with a Sullustan man. In the middle of their talks, a band of Marauders invades the village below them, demanding taxes from the poor inhabitants. When a young boy stands up to them and tells them they have taken enough, a fight breaks out between the Marauders and some bounty hunters presumably hired by the villagers. In the crossfire, a stray blaster bolt strikes the man's droid as he watches from above. He calmly tells the Sullustan that he wants his droid repaired by the time the water boils, which he just set in place. When the fighting seems to settle, the female figure emerges from the Marauders' transport. The head of the bounty hunters, a Trandoshan, approaches and demands she surrender. She then pulls out her weapon, a kind of red Sith lightsaber with many blades, and demands he surrender and die. The bounty hunters then open fire on her, and most of them are killed, starting with the Trandoshan. When the mysterious man shows up on scene, the woman jumps at him with a single blade of her red lightsaber. He stops the blade from striking him with the Force. The two then engage in a fierce saber fight, which ultimately leaves the woman dead, and the village being saved. The mysterious man then takes the red kyber crystal from her saber and gives it to the child chief and walks away. Okay, I didn't give every detail of the episode, but you get the gist of it. My thoughts on it? Incredible. This show is made in mostly black and white with an animation style that reminded me of the original Lord of the Rings animation from the 1980s. Very raw, and at times almost lifelike. The story was compelling, and even at the end, it keeps you wondering who the man with the red lightsaber was. At first, the woman called him a Jedi for stopping her blade from striking him. Then, he pulls out his lightsaber in a samurai fashion. His red blade ignites as it becomes in view. He then tells her, "Unfortunately, I am not a Jedi." That statement has me pondering. What is unfortunate about it? Is it unfortunate for him or unfortunate for her? He could have said, "Gladly, I am no Jedi," just as easily. Now, mind you, I am watching these in English, so I can pay attention to the art and story more closely, so maybe the translations aren't 100% accurate. Some things I noted of this episode caught my attention immediately, and I was even taken aback for a moment. When they show parts of everyday life in the village, there's a town square with a poster in the background or a screen. On this poster or screen is the movie poster for A New Hope. That was neat to see. I didn't think I would ever see Star Wars advertise its own stuff in its own shows. It isn't blatantly obvious, but it's there. When the Marauders show up in the village, they arrive on a transport. The transport is a giant representation of a mouse droid. Within the village, there are other throwbacks and Easter eggs. There's a bantha, and when the bounty hunters or security team is revealed, there's a Trandoshan as the leader, a Death Star droid, a Tusken Raider, a Dug, which is the same species as Sebulba. And when the two Sith are fighting, the music in the background is a variation of Duel of the Fates from The Phantom Menace. There's a part where the man's astromech charges into town to save the villagers and releases a whistling bird from his chest. This is the same weapon Din Djarin was upgraded to in The Mandalorian Season 1. Like I said before, when the woman's defeated, the man hands the child chief her kyber crystal from her lightsaber, and the boy says he must be a Jedi from the legends. But before he hands the crystal over, he reveals he has many of them lined inside his robe. This gives the notion that he has been hunting Sith. So, it makes us wonder more. Who is this man? Is he Sith, or is he trying to eliminate pretenders as there is a rule of two for the Sith? The most interesting thing is that when he was fighting the woman, there was a type of Sith shrine behind the waterfall just outside the village. Another interesting aspect of this episode is the armor of the Marauders. It's made up of bits and pieces of Stormtrooper armor. And not just any Stormtrooper armor, it's that of the First Order. So when the boy tells the man that he must be a Jedi of Legends, it makes sense that this tale takes place after the fall of the First Order, and this band of cutthroats are actually former First Order Stormtroopers. So, my thought on this are, wow, this was a great episode. Like I said, I watched 3 episodes, and so far this was my favorite. The art style, the movements, the traditional Japanese elements throughout have brought another layer to the Star Wars mythos. Yes, I understand these tales aren't necessarily canon, but it does lend an opening to stories like this being developed in the future for Star Wars. With thousands of planets in the Star Wars galaxy, I can certainly see one like this one existing. I can't wait to dig in and watch all the other episodes. But what do you think? Have you watched it? If so, was this episode as striking to you as it was to me? If you haven't seen it, are you looking forward to watching it? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to talk about it with you. And if you're new to the channel, join the growing clan of Star Wars fanatics by hitting the subscribe button and turning on notifications. Also, give the video a like to show your love for the work I put into each video. Thank you for watching, and remember, this is the way, the only way.